Hey guys, decided to do a little bit of waterproofing on my little rock crawler Axial AX-10. So I'm starting with the servo. You're gonna want to take it apart. It will have 4 of these screws in the back. They are a number 1 Phillips screw. So I've already got 2 apart. I took this apart. I didn't waterproof it yet. I just wanted to do a bit of pre-testing stuff to see if I had the right stuff to do it. So take those out. You got to be careful not to lose them. This is just the stock servo that comes with it. So gently split the case like that. The bottom side we're not going to worry about it. The top side, you can see there that I've put a little O-ring on it. This is the size of an O-ring that I used. I don't have any measurements, but you can kind of get an idea of how small it is. pretty tiny. So it is a little bit difficult to do, but I just spread it on a little bit at a time and then peeled it down, and that's what we're left with. Looks like it's actually chewing into it a little bit. Well, I can't see it not working, so you know what, I'm just gonna roll with it. So anyways, we'll put our O-ring on it like that. You might want to use a little bit of grease as well. There's already some grease in here. Pretty nasty looking stuff. I don't have marine grease. I've got multi-purpose grease, which is also good for marine, so go ahead and grab a little dab of that and just smear it on there. I'm doing this based off of DJ Medic 2008. He's got a lot of awesome RC videos. He does RC adventures and stuff. He is RC Sparks. So I'll put a link down to his stuff in the description of this, and you guys can check him out. Pretty cool. So this is the stuff I got. It's just white lithium grease, marine. So just put a little dab of it on the gears. Make sure you guys can see. This stuff looks like bird crap and if you don't mix it. Just spread it around a little bit. If this doesn't work, then it's not a huge deal because I don't plan on drowning the thing, but I would like a little bit of water resistance for when I'm playing in the snow. So that's probably more than enough. Just wipe off the excess off there. And wipe ourselves on a rag. Probably, you might want to use gloves when you do this, but I don't know. It's not a huge deal, I guess. So cap goes back on. You might have to press it down a little bit. I guess my O-ring has been seated pretty good, so it's not a big deal. Replace the screws. I'm gonna give this thing a wipe down because I got freaking grease all over the place. You're gonna want to make sure these things are fairly snug because when you're done doing what I'm gonna do, you're not gonna be able to take this apart again. Not very easily, anyways. So this right here has just been highly water resisted. We've made it mostly waterproof. So now I will bust out Medic's favorite waterproofing thing of all time. I'll show you guys that. Plasti Dip. Freaking zoom in a little bit for you guys. This stuff, I've never used it before. I have never even heard of it before watching Medic's videos. Extremely flammable. That's awesome. Vapor harmful if swallowed. Yeah, I don't think you'd want to swallow this stuff. Apparently it's like tar. And they come in all sorts of colors too. There was one black and two reds when I bought this. I want the black one. So, oh, that's awesome. Extremely flammable. Yeah, I guess this is why he likes it. It won't crack, chip, or become brittle. Resist weather, chemicals, impact, abrasion. It's just apparently real good stuff. So, instructions say attach a wire string to hang the item. I'll just pull a medic and friggin' there, Bob's your uncle. I'll just fit something through there and just dip it in like that. Insert item 1 inch every 5 seconds. Withdraw at the same rate. Allow 30 minutes minimum between coats. Apply as many coats as desired. I think Medic usually does too. Allow 4 hours minimum dry time before use. I think Medic also does about 10. So, I guess let's get to it. You're going to need a few things first. Something on either side to prop up a bar so that you can hang this to dry. So I'll go hunt for some stuff. Okay, well I just holy boys. Just took the lid off of this guy. Now I'm gonna crack it open and we'll see. Oh man. See how this smells. Smells like freaking lacquer thinner. Woo! Might have to open the window. I'm wondering if I'm gonna start doing accents as well. So I guess just open really carefully. Man, this stuff is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Man, that's feeling really weird on my thumb. Oh my frig, I'm gonna get ripping off of this. Okay, I can already feel it. My friggin' thoughts are going all weird. Like, everything feels like it's slowing down, man. This is crazy. So we'll just dip it in, real gentle like, and we can scrape that thing off when we're done. And I got a text. We want to go a little ways up the wire, just so that everything gets waterproofed. Holy man, this is a funky smell indeed. Okay, now we've just Plasti Dipped our servo. Just let the excess drip off. Holy frick, this stuff is strong smelling. I think if I do any more of this, it's going to be outside. Just try and get it back in the can. I'm going to seal this up before I get frickin' high and pass out. Okay. Oh, wow. You can already tell it's getting kind of matte finish on it. So I will take this and set it up on my drying stand. Welcome to my drying stand. This is actually just my RC toolbox with a couple of juice box containers and a coat hanger. Works good. I left the ends on the coat hanger so that it wouldn't roll or anything, so that it wouldn't possibly fall off. So you guys can see it's dripping off now, so I'll give it how long did that minutes between coats, and I just, upon reading it, I just freaking got a whole whack of it on the lid. So this is going to be messy the next time I open it. Well guys, here's my servo. I friggin' dunked it twice. Looking not bad. There's one little area, right? It's very hard to tell. It's right in that crack in there. I don't know if that's good enough or not. It's really difficult to see. But yeah, just cut away the top here so I can press the servo friggin' thing, the steering arm onto it. I also waterproofed my ESC. I just dunked this guy down into her and then let it dry overnight, and then I cut all the rubber off here. Next time, what I think I'm gonna do is tape these, because that was not fun to get that stuff off. I still haven't got all of it. You can see a little bit on number 3 there. And cut around the LED as well, which next time I will tape. So, one thing that I have changed on here, that little hole right in there had the on-off switch wires coming out of it. Basically, another thing that Medic does is none of his ESCs have switches. The switches get full of water and dirt and mud, and there's not really any way to waterproof a switch. So what I did is I unsoldered the switch wires and just bridged the connection with solder. So yeah, I went a little ways up here. That was like, whoops, but it's not a big deal because this just freaking sits right here and then plugs into the receiver, which I have to waterproof as well, but gotta be careful about that. And these, that is your I think your channels, channel 2, channel 1, and battery. I've never had anything plugged into battery before though, so I don't know what that does. Plug in that guy there, plug in the servo. The reason I'm plugging in the servo is so that I can get it centered. Maybe I shouldn't worry about it yet. I'll wait till it's on the truck. But yeah, the ESC, this thing's pretty sweet now. So I'll slap the lid back on it and get that friggin' weird thing on these, and then put the heat sink on that, and then plug it in and see what happens. Friggin' right. Okay, well, I've just got everything set up here on the bed. This is plugged in, this is plugged in, motor's plugged in. So to power this on, now all you do is just plug it in. You'll see the light come on. Oops. There. Why is it blinking? Maybe one of them's backwards, I can't remember exactly how this went. That's not right. Oh, that thing's just freaking right out. Something's up. I'll have to figure this out. Well, I got it going. Took all day friggin' doing lots of searching on forums. I think I found this answer on rockcrawler.com. I had that thing plugged in backwards. That's all it was. That's why the friggin' receiver, or the ESC, was flashing red and green, so flipped it around as per instructed, and it friggin' works now. So another thing I've been doing all day is taking everything apart and waterproofing it. I stuck a bunch of grease in there and so the tranny, or really it's the transfer case, is all greased up. The rear axle is greased up, although you can't really tell. There you go. Yeah, she's full of grease. You do have to plug these 4 holes though, because they will let water in. But everything is in really good shape. Well, I've only got maybe 5 hours on this friggin' thing, so. Anyways, yeah, so the Plasti Dip friggin' worked. I was kind of freaking out for nothing. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this truck rebuilt. I've got it like pretty much completely ripped apart. That guy's been Plasti Dipped. I rebuilt the front axle and greased it all up and waterproofed it. Come here. Yeah, that's an issue. When I was screwing it in, I friggin' ripped a bit of that stuff off. I don't know if it's really that big a deal, because it is sealed everywhere else, but I might have to just paint over that with some Plasti Dip. But yeah, so I just got the ESC working again, so I'm gonna plug this guy in and calibrate the front. See what happens. So yeah, I've waterproofed everything now. Water will get into here and the axles, but at least everything's got a coat of grease on it, so it's going to be okay. Plus, if you take care of it and maintain it, and if you do, like, even maybe just once a season, you could rebuild it and just clean everything out, repack it with grease, it should be fine. So, I am going to charge it and rebuild it, because this is pretty much all there is to it. I'd really like to get some friggin' frame rails for it, but we'll see if that happens. I'm wondering if I could maybe even make my own, just out of some maybe 3/16 plate steel, just little straps of it, and drill a bunch of holes in it for different things, and I don't know, I'll have to see what I'm gonna come up with. So get this guy thrown back together, and Bob will be your uncle.